Hey, this is Jexy with the Systems Alliance. In this video, I want to go over my non-spoiler review for Solo, a Star Wars story. Where to begin? Yes, we know the movie is bombing. It seems like just a nostalgia money grab from Disney and Kathleen Kennedy and everyone involved, just trying to build off of, hey, you like Star Wars, right? Consumers just like, yeah, I like Star Wars. Well, if you like Star Wars, you must like Han Solo. Well, yeah, of course I like Han Solo. What about him? Don't you want a whole movie about Han Solo? Not really. I kind of like something new. No, you want to see Han Solo. Okay. Turns out, box office wise, they didn't really want to see Han Solo. But why didn't they want to see Han Solo? So the question I'm asking myself is, who is this movie for? Leading up to it, they did alienate a lot of their fan base with the comments they were making, with The Last Jedi being very divisive amongst the fans at least, but that movie still made $1.3+ billion, so really people were still seeing it over and over. It's also part of the main series, so of course people are going to still want to see it. This one though, not only was it not wanted, but if you are going to give it to me, you better give me something new, something that I haven't seen before. And when I say something that I haven't seen before, I mean blow me away. Start from the beginning. Let me know why this character is the way he is. And I didn't get any of that. I learned absolutely nothing. Is it as bad as everyone's saying it is? Or is its Rotten Tomato score more indicative of the kind of movie it is? It's barely fresh right now for all the reviewers. For the top critics, it's rotten. So right off the bat, I will say this was not a movie that I wanted. I don't want the mystery of how awesome Han Solo is as a character ruined. That's not something that I was looking forward to. I would prefer something new, something fresh, instead of rehashing the old stuff. I don't need to know, like in Rogue One, that how they got the Death Star plans. That's not something I need to know. I don't need to know how Han and Chewie met. That was already in books anyway. I don't need to know the origin of how Han and Lando met. These are just things I just didn't really care about. I didn't need to know how he got the Millennium Falcon. We know he won it in a bet. I didn't need to see how the bet went down. But regardless, they made the movie anyway. So I try to go in with an open mind. If you're gonna give me a Solo Star Wars movie on Han Solo, then I want to learn something new. Regardless of what people say of the prequels, you at least got to know how Anakin grew up, what influenced him from childhood to adolescence to adulthood until he went to the dark side. You got to see everything. It was over 3 movies, of course, and there was a lot of other things going on. But with Solo, I want to see what happened in his childhood to make him be the man he is today. We didn't get that. We didn't get that at all. So that was pretty disappointing. That's not a spoiler. Just know that if you saw the trailers and you went, that's pretty much the movie. What you saw is what you got. Obviously, up to 70% of the movie was reshot by new director. Just a mess. Same thing happened with Justice League. Came out a mess, and it looks like Justice League will even make more money than Solo, which that's why they're calling Solo a bomb. But regardless of that, I never felt like the actor that was playing Han Solo was Han Solo. So for instance, Chewie felt like Chewie because he didn't really change at all. I wasn't a huge fan on how they met. Lando was all right. Wasn't anything special, but decent job of being Lando. I like the parts where Han Solo is acting cocky, trying to go by the seat of his pants as Han Solo does. But even then, it didn't quite seem like Han Solo. It just seemed like a guy imitating Han Solo. And in the other parts of the movie, it just didn't seem like Han Solo at all. So if I take out the fact that this is Star Wars, and I take out the fact that this is supposed to be Han Solo, and I just look at it as a movie that has nothing to do with anything that we know and love, it's not the worst movie. It's not a great movie. But this is Star Wars. This is Han Solo, one of the most beloved characters in all of Star Wars, and I feel like I've learned nothing. It was a completely unnecessary movie. There's nothing that made me go, wow, so that's how it happened, or wow, that was crazy. So I can definitely say I was disappointed in the movie as a whole because it feels like there was no reason it was even made. It feels like it was a mistake. I'm not really sure why it was created or why they thought they had to make this movie. Just like I don't understand why they want to make the Boba Fett movie or why they want to make any of these other solo characters. The only one I'd even be interested in seeing is an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, but that should have been done years ago when he was younger and we could have actually seen him do more. But now I just want them to go on to something new, whether it's the Old Republic, there's so much lore in Star Wars that you could use and play with and create with that we've never seen live action before, and yet we just get quick nostalgia grabs so they can keep trying to take money from Star Wars fans that remember them when they first came out and grew up watching them. And to me, that's just really cheap. It cheapens Star Wars. Star Wars used to be an event. Now it's a yearly thing. Now it's a twice a year thing. It's just something that I don't think was needed. The acting overall was fine. My biggest problem is really the plot. It didn't seem to go anywhere. Like I said, I learned nothing. I thought the big thing out of this was I was supposed to learn about, why he's kind of this badass, maybe a little bit of a womanizer, whatever his character's supposed to be. I got none of that. One thing goes bad and he doesn't trust anyone. Like, what is that? In my spoiler review, I will go into the one cool thing that there was, but even that left me a little disappointed. I'm not sure how they managed to do that, but everything in this movie was so predictable. I knew as soon as they said one word, the first word to indicate anything bad was happening to him, how he and Chewie were going to meet. I shouldn't be able to predict it that easily. And I will give it credit, there were some intense parts, intense especially since we obviously know Han and Chewie and Lando are going to make it, but those were over pretty quickly. And this movie overall to me is just forgettable. Forgettable is the best way to describe this. There's nothing about it that will make me go, hey, I want to buy this movie. Or, hey, I want to rewatch this later at home just for that really cool scene. There was none of that. And there was a lot of just unnecessary stuff that I'll get into in my spoiler review. So, overall grade of the movie? The production quality was high, maybe a couple laughs. I didn't cringe as much as I thought I would, but at the same time, it was predictable and bland. I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. So Solo, for me, is a 5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought. Maybe you loved it. I know a lot of people who saw this movie and were excited about it and came out of the theater saying, that was awesome, that was a lot of fun. I know others who think it's the worst thing in the world. So let me know. Let me know what your thoughts on the movie were down in the comments. Let me know what your grade is. I'm 5 out of 10. What are you? We'll see you later.